Hi, I'm recording this on Thursday the 23rd, right? Yes, Thursday the 23rd. And I'm here to remind you of a couple of things that are coming up. First off, you're doing really well. I have to commend you on the good work you're doing at your discussion boards. You seem to be really engaging with the material, so I appreciate that. The discussion boards are very helpful for you guys to develop some communication styles within your group, but also to know what everybody else is thinking and to see if you can rely on each other for input in some of the other projects that you're doing in class. So I hope that you're getting to know each other and getting to know each other's capabilities and coming to understand how you can work with each other on some of the projects that are coming up that are going to be due. One of the reasons I'm coming to you today is that you do have a writing project or two in this class. You have to work on Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I've already given you a few videos there and some instructions. But one of the things that's due this Saturday, and that is June 25th, by midnight please. One of the things that's due this Saturday is that I want you to start thinking about your final topic, your final project. So the topic for that final project is what we're up to. For these first 3 weeks of class, and you're in the middle of the second week right now, you have lots of reading to do, lots of videos to watch, quizzes to take, discussions to do. As we get closer to the middle of the semester, and as we get closer into the end of it actually, you'll find that the videos will start to reduce in number, some of the discussions will start to reduce in number, the quizzes will start to get smaller, and that's the point, is that you're working on your Shelley, you're working on that Frankenstein paper and reading the book, thank you, and working on the paper, and you're also thinking about your own research, your own topic. So if you can make it through the first 3 weeks, the materials at Blackboard do get a little less taxing. I think the material gets tougher, to be honest with you, but I think that there's less of it. So keep that in mind. That means that as you're moving forward, some of the things we need to get going on are, in particular, that final project. And what I've done, as you can see from Blackboard, from the assignment sheet there, is I have divided it into several parts. Please don't neglect these parts. Please get after it. The first part that's due is that you need to declare a topic. So declaring a topic, that's what we're doing first. Now, it needs to be a topic that allows you to work on something you enjoy. So that's the main thing. I'm hoping it's something that you enjoy doing. It needs to be a topic that allows you to explore something that you'd like to know more about. But it also needs to be a topic that fits in with the theme of our class, this idea of science and society. So it should be a topic that will allow you to explore the science behind an issue, the scientific research, the scientific thought behind an issue, but also should be an issue that has some kind of resonance, some kind of relevance for the society in which we live. Now, it can be a historical topic if you'd rather work on something like, the steam engine, right? The idea of how the train changed communication, how the role of the steam engine changed society in the 18th century. Go for it. If you want to talk about the invention of the automobile and sort of the science behind that and then how that affected society, that's great. Do it. If you want to get into something that's today, something that's bedeviling us today, go for that as well. Some examples that some of you have been talking about. So for example, a manned Mars mission. That's in the works. The question would be, what would it take to get to Mars? And then why should we do it? What are the risks? What are the benefits? The benefits could be pure technology. That could be just pure science. Right? So that's the idea. So you would come up with a topic, something to that effect. Honeybees. Honeybees, you may know, seem to be on the decline. You might ask the question, why? Why are honeybees on the decline? And if honeybees should go away, what would that mean for our society? What would that mean for us scientifically, but also maybe agriculturally? Is this, perhaps you may argue, this is normal, this is going to happen, this is what happens when species go into decline, and it's part of just what goes on in the world. You may argue, however, no, that this could be catastrophic. So pick a topic. We have several controversial topics for discussion. GMOs, you're working on this week. We also have The idea of vaccinations. Should vaccinations of our children be required? Some parents say yes, some parents say no. So what's the argument there? We're working on lots of things in class that have the potential to be a wonderful topic that you can take one side or the other. So that's the idea. What you need to do by Saturday is just declare one. Come up with a topic, put it on a piece of paper, turn it in. I'm asking that you turn it in at Blackboard in the content folder marked Turn Papers in here. So you have a place to turn it in there. So please do it there if you can. If you can't and you need to turn it in some other way, that's fine. But please turn it in there. Make sure you can use that folder, to be honest with you, because we're going to be turning in other things there as well. So please do that. Now, the other reason to declare it a topic at this point in the class is twofold. One, as you're reading materials, as you're working on going through McClellan and Dorn, as you're even working on your Frankenstein paper, ideas will occur to you that you think, ooh, this might relate to my topic. This might relate to my final paper. So the idea is that you can actually be thinking about that, doing work on that topic as you're doing other work, right? The other thing to keep in mind is that your topic may change, and that's okay. If you give me a topic and you think you're going to work on it, I'll give you some feedback on it, maybe try to give you some suggestions. If you start working on it, you think, wow, that's not going to work at all, I really don't care to work on this topic, that's okay, we'll switch you up, and it's quite all right. The other thing to keep in mind, and some of you have been in my classes before, I think if you start the project now and you start thinking about breaking it into small pieces, that it's easier to tackle all the way around. So this week you'll have due your topic. I'll give you some feedback on that. Tell you if I think it's a topic that's good for a book as opposed to a topic that's good for a short paper, right? The next thing that will be due will be a bibliography. So once you pick a topic, I want you to get out there and look for sources that will be helpful. These sources can absolutely be electronic. However, make sure that they're good sources. They can't just be someone's personal opinion blog, right? Someone's musings. Let's make them journal articles. Make them books if you can find them. Get to the library. Find a chapter in a book that might be helpful, right? These don't have to be a giant bibliography. I'm asking for 5 sources. So that's not bad. 5 sources, and they need to be 5 reputable sources, good sources that can help you in your work. So try to make sure that there are sources, that if you have some sources that have a particular bias or a particular pro attitude towards your topic, that you also find some sources that may take a different approach. So for example, if you're working on the idea of vaccination in children, that you find you not only use the topics that only say you must vaccinate your children, to do otherwise is un-American, right? So it's got to be that you have both sides of the argument. You also want sources that will help you understand the science behind the topic, right? So I know this seems like a lot right now. All I need from you by the end of the week, by Saturday, before midnight, is to drop me a line, drop me a topic. Again, please put it in the content folder marked Turn In Papers here, because I want you to be able to make sure you can use that folder, and I will get you some feedback. Many of you have already done this. Fantastic. Thank you very much. I've gotten back to a couple of you. I haven't gotten back to everybody just yet, but I will absolutely be giving you some feedback on that. The idea behind this is if you get going on it and you're thinking about it now, then the rest of it will come much easier. So, if you have any questions along the way, please, many of you have been emailing me asking questions at the folder marked to Ask the Prof. Please continue to do so if you have any questions whatsoever. Otherwise, keep up the good work. Keep at it. You're doing great work here. I'm seeing wonderful contributions everywhere. So please keep up the good work. Please, if for some reason you've gotten behind on a couple of assignments, catch up and catch up right away. If you start to get behind now, so stay on it, keep working. So thank you very much for your attention. Looking forward to seeing what your research topics are going to be, and looking forward to see what you have to say about GMOs. Thanks for your time. We'll see you soon.